told me that this triangle zone actually will be the place where something magnificent will happen, and it's enough space for those who feel resonate or whoever to evacuate the whole population of Australia and the surrounding areas, if you will. So again, you can see here, and if evaluate something, there is a rising of the ocean floor from the east side of the Australia, if you will, and there will be a new land that will surface, the land where actually ancient Lemuria was situated. And if you take, for example, Vanuatu, there is not a single day without an earthquake. Most of the earthquakes are around 7 per Richter, sometimes 6.7, 6.8, 7.1, and it hasn't stopped for a long time. And there was reports that they debunked it, but it's true that the ocean floor actually is rising, and it's affecting that actually exactly what they were telling me, that there will be a shift of 45 degrees of Australian continent. So again, they say to me that this is actually the location where people can take shelter when things get rough, and it started to manifest signs, if you will, right? So for all of you that are interested, I will share you. I hope you will never need this, but it's mine to pass the message that they had given me to pass to humanity. So that's what I'm doing. 800 kilometers from Brisbane. I know there is nothing there. It's the middle of nowhere, right? Cunnamulla, Yoa, and you name it, right? But they are saying that this is the place to retreat, and something magnificent is going to happen, but people have to vibrate to a certain level, if you will, right? So again, this is the coordinates, and there will be a portal that it will open, if you will. So I will just say this: their DNA is more evolved. They understand how climate changes work. They understand how solar system work. They understand the dynamics of the cosmos at all. If they are saying that something is safe, I trust them. If they wanted to demolish me, they would demolish me already. So this is what will happen inside that triangle, if you will. So I'm participating also in the project for the people who are open and resonate into this. So I'm just sharing with you people, whoever is interested, just for community and just grouping into groups, if you will, because very soon there will be a devastating changes, and people will have to rely on each other, and it's one thing is certain, there will be problems. So whoever resonates with this can contact me on this email, pane.endof@gmail.com, for more information, right? So again, they had depicted the same motif, as you can see, the Hunapku, beams of light, again new moon, again comet, again 12, as you can see, right? 12 beams of light, 12 beams of light. So this is the zoom portion of the galactic area. As you can see, this is what we will probably see on December 13, 2012, and those X-ray filaments, right? In 2009, the first 2 out of those 12 were detected, and they call them mysterious X-ray filaments. And guess what? It's again bluish white light, exactly what my friends had told me. And in 2010, there was appearance of the third one, and now the Chandra actually is not giving us new information of their scans, if you will, right? So again, it's going to be a change of the double helix into the triple helix DNA, and then blossoming, if you will, right? It's all about this energy that is approaching, is changing, shifting consciousness. We are becoming aware actually of potentials that we have, right? And again, there is a obvious connection with the Asian cultures, if you will. Again, you can see the end of the 5th sun on December 23rd, 2012, and that's the beginning of the 6th sun on the March 28, 2013, right? So the Quetzalcoatl connection, as you can see, and Mayan wheel. And again, they actually count. They had give us indications that they're counting to this event. So this is in August 2007. As you can see, six conjunctions to go. So for you, I had prepared. So you can see this is in Aztec, in Olmec, and in Maya's number 10, and this is number 6. So this is June 6, 2012, and we are talking about Venus-Sun conjunctions. So this appeared on June 8, 2004, where they are saying, look, it's 10 Venus-Sun conjunctions from this day. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and from this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 conjunctions. So they are saying everything to us, but we are not paying attention. So again, you can see. And 3 full cycles of Venus, the second planet from the Earth, from the Sun, sorry, right? 3 multiplied 1.6 equals 4.8 years from the June 2008 to March 2013. And again, in this pictogram, they are saying that one of those that are making crop designs, like I said, quite a few are interacting at the moment. So they are saying to us, referring to us, and this, as you can see, it's not a Photoshop, it's real. And this is the message sent in the 70s by Dr. Carl Sagan, as you can see with the depiction of our building blocks of our planet, height, population, DNA, place, and where we live, etc. So you can see actually the whole combination. They have more silica, more dolphin type of skin, if you will. They have different number of chromosomes, triple DNA. The body height is different, and they live in different places of Earth, and their population is more than 12 billion, if you will. So what is the difference? We depicted when we sent this message from Arecibo. Actually, we depicted a dot where the humans actually are living, and they had responded with 3 actually location: Earth, Mars, and 4 dots. So usually it should be just 1 dot for Jupiter. How come the Jupiter is just 4? It's very simple actually. Jupiter is very massive, very powerful. It contains extreme gravity, can crush bones, but 4 moons of Jupiter have a suitable gravity, if you will, and it can provide life, if you will. So another warning with the ASCII code, they are saying, look, beware of these guys. Again, it was delivered on ASCII code by binary code, 0s and 1s. We can actually very easily, as you can see, 0, 1, 0, 0, and so on. It can give you an English alphabet, and the whole description of the message is very clear. It says, beware the bearers of the false gifts and their broken promises. Much pain, but still time. There is good out there. We oppose deception. Conduit closing bell sound, if you will. So again, this is the whole deciphering of the message, right, in English alphabet. And usually people say, look, tell me, because people usually just distinguish, at least people that believe in this stuff, Greys, Reptoids, Nordics, and few others, and that's it. And they say, look, and they all put them into the same category. Look, they're all Greys, and that's it. Always the Greys, always the... Actually, how those beings that we are talking about that are negative look like. So no one actually give the explanation in the world, in the internet. So I wanted to interact with this and to depict. So this is what they are depicting. As you can see, I have highlighted for you guys, just for you to see actually how the being actually is looking like. So this is one image also taken from the sensitive areas, sensitive US government areas, if you will. We can see the same type of being, if you will.
No, aliens are just another hoax, huh? Well, you check out this video for yourself. This is the tape a Colorado man says proves there's life on other planets. On it, you see what looks like, that's an alien. What do you think? An alien that's gray?
So, like I said, whatever it's worth, I'm speaking from my own experience. If you see this type of craft, I would suggest this location immediately, because if you are taken, you will experience something similar known as alien abduction. And, sorry. So this needs to be clear to everyone, in my perspective, that we are not alone, right? We have never been alone. And human race is only one race of so many out there. So that's something that we need to see. And you can see actually that there's plenty of evidence that the NASA and other organizations are keeping this information from the public, which in my perspective, it's not correct. As you can see, the flying craft above appear above them. It's very clear image. And even in different angle, you can see that they are not moving very rapidly, not causing any sharp movements, no provoking, no nothing. As you can see, the bluish plasma again from the craft. So during the years, they generated a huge amounts of flying crafts, right, and especially back engineer technology, but most of it is coming from the extraterrestrial origin, right? So you can see objects coming from the sun, recorded by SOHO and other equipment that is out there in the orbit. You can see objects actually coming out from the sun and going in. By the way, sun is nothing that people actually publicly known about. As you can see, this is stars. Star is acting differently when actually some stargates are actually activated. So again, you can see object that is under cloak, if you will, coming from what is known black sunspots. Sorry. So you can see objects very close to the Saturn rings, making Saturn rings and flying very close to Saturn rings. Some of those objects are bigger than the planet itself, so it can evacuate the whole population of Earth if it needs to, right? So the issue is that they use, this is intelligent cosmos, if you will. They use some kind of software, if you will, to open the stargates, if you will. These rare images was provided by the ex-actually chief of SETI research. As you can see, this is what appeared on the sun. So they're using this kind of technology. Again, you can see clearly. For most of the people, they're coronal mass ejection, and that's it. So in this actually graphic, you can see where they penetrate. They penetrate inside the star in short sequence. So you can see this is on the X-ray. That's where actually the portal opened and closed, if you will, right? So again, we are seeing objects. So to just synthesize all this, much pain but still time. So why is that? So there, conduit closing. You can see that it's also connection to the Asian cultures, right? So closing of what? They're closing actually the cycle. Many of those are here to help, to assist humanity and consciousness that are getting ready, ripe to make the next step. So when it's going to close December 23rd, 2012. So what we need to do before the time runs out and cycle closes, right? So first we need to change. That's the most important. We need to just let go of the old belief systems. We need to open up that we are just only one form in the universe of so many, and there is nothing wrong if we just show some emotion, right? So we need to change our vibrational level, and by process known as meditation. Sorry. So this is also very, very important thing. So consuming animal meat and fish, we are lowering our vibrational field. We are generating bad karma, and we are infecting our energetic field with DNA virus. So this is actually how it looks like by consuming this thing. So every time we go to cows and we buy this, we actually support the slaughter of these life forms. And in reality, we do not need it. We can perfectly live on something else than meat or fish, because when we consume this, we consume the energy, the memories. And when they do the heart transplantation, actually the patient actually experiences memories from the donor and similar stuff, because this biological body is a computer. And when you put something in you, actually you put memories, the stress that it was generated when this was actually destroyed, if you will. And it's not the cosmic way, and we need to change. So if you haven't seen so far, but I believe you haven't, you have food incorporation, and the cove actually is very recommended to see. So actually, what about the energy, the chi energy that is generated when we consume this meat and fish? This is what we are doing to our structure. Take a look at this, remember this every time when you eat, and it's not the cosmic way in my perspective. This is the road where we need to go in order to change and to make this shift. We understand that there is plenty of negativity, there are forces out there, okay, there is technology out there, okay, but also there is a consciousness out there, and that's where actually the whole secret and the whole power lies. And if we unite, we can make it, right?
It's one thing to just give energy, but if we give it to someone who is also giving it back, then we build energy among ourselves. It amplifies back and forth. It says if we were all doing this, humanity would take another step in evolution.
So, all right, I will just get a quick because we're running out of time. So the second, we need to understand the fractality, and that this universe is a fractal hologram that can be influenced by the power of our emotions. So that's what they are referring to. As you can see in many cases, they're giving us the attention to the fractal geometry, but most of it that our thoughts, emotions, feelings, energies influence matter, if you will. By the research of Dr. Emoto and the search of the how emotions influence the water molecules and the crystalline structure, we know that we can influence the one element. If that's the case, we can influence all those 4 elements, right? So this is actually the crystalline structure that happens when we say I love you and hope, and it's completely different shape, if you will, if you say you make me sick or I hate you, right? So it's all about this and understanding this chakra system and how consciousness can evolve towards the evolution, because we are all infinite consciousness connected to other subtle bodies, right? And in many cases they have proved, look, you have to go to the way of the heart, right? Go back, right? Then to discover our inner natural potentials through the process known as meditation, right? When we start to dive into our inner world, if you will, which is almost infinitive, and you can see this, and we need to discharge psionic energy. So like I said, again, I'm just delivering their message, but it needs to be done through the heart. So then to develop those wonderful potentials to the satisfactory level and use those potential in constructive way, beneficial for all humanity and for the whole life of planet Earth. So it's all about mutation at the moment. We have 8 radioactive elements into our bodies, and they're all changing at the moment. The more those holes in the magnetosphere appear, the more mutation actually appears in our structure, if you will. And it's all coming from the galactic core of the Milky Way. It's hitting the sun and the whole system at whole. So third strand of DNA was already detected with many people that are more, how should I say, psionically opened and have different approach of life, if you will. So that's the way we need to develop those energies, right? And usually for these people say, look, it's a hoax. 60 people who had done it, it was all on the news. Then they denied it. No, it's not. It was not 60. It was 100, and they provided a few video files how they are organizing and blah blah. And then the helicopters fly above, and it's all done. Actually, in reality, they didn't provide any evidence how they have made this. And actually, many times, I had studied what the message in reality is. So what about this stuff, right? So they're referring to this chakra system, and you have observed this video file. Thank you, Rado. You have saved me minutes. So also you can see they are saying in order to produce more effect, you can use these pictograms also to awake centers of the brain, if you will, right? So that is why whoever is interested, I had it's a small amount. I had also brought crop circles activation of the human DNA and 2012 messages from above, if you will. So this is actually a digital extraction designed for the meditation that influences the consciousness in an unbelievable way, especially in the way that when it flashes, right? But there are many other different pictograms, if you will, more than 90, if you will. And the other thing that I can offer you, whoever is more interested into this, is the more than 5 hours and a half a presentation of all this, but in more extended levels. So all this will be available with more, whoever is interested, right? So also I will be doing courses for the out-of-the-body experience, whoever is interested, and DSP cards, which are very, very important lately. As you can see, this is how the pineal gland looks like. This is what the governments are doing to us. By consuming this tap water, actually, which is filled with fluoride and Colgate. I have a daughter, she is in prep, and they give them a Colgate toothpaste to swallow every morning. And I said, what? Who authorized this? So you can imagine if this is done to the preps, they want the intelligence of the humanity to remain low, that people are not able to think. If they cannot think, but this pineal is actually the third eye. The third eye that provides connection with all those communications that I'm talking about, out of the body experience, chi energy, and you name it. And one piece of advice, you can take it or not, every time when you drink water, visualize that there is light coming from you into the water, or before you drink, it comes from your head for, let's say, a few seconds. That will influence the crystal structure of the water, and if there are poisonous structures or ingredients inside, it will do, if you believe. If you do not believe, it will not do any good. So we have to learn about these structures, these dynamics, right? And like I said, whoever is interested can give me a notification. So it's all about tuning into this. So then we need to tune into meditative oneness that combine our energies and impact the fundamental fractal structure of the planet Earth. That's the primary thing that it needs to be done. We cannot fight this with lasers. We cannot fight this with wars. The only is if we evolve enough. The only way is with higher consciousness, if you will. And the small groups everywhere around the world are starting to recognize this as a solution, and we have the Asians as a complete example how they were tuning into the meditative oneness, combining the energy, and even doing the combined astral travels, if you will. So again, you can see devices above their heads where the chi energy, actually the magnetite, become very strong, and there was a magnetic field that connected the whole consciousness into oneness, if you will, and it's depicted everywhere. And you can see it's not only a Buddha, but the whole race of Buddhas, if you will, with long ears. And this is, believe it or not, the pineal gland. But I will take this. So what is the catch? The catch is to tune into 7.83 hertz. So Schumann resonance has at least 7 frequencies, from which the 7.83 hertz is the basic one. So when you tune into this frequency, if you are skilled enough, you can actually make the communication with the consciousness of the planet itself and with other intelligences, if you will, right? You can use some of hemisync technologies, but it's not going to be the same if you're not skilled in how to do it. So it's all about these 4 higher chakras of humans, if you will. So the way we think, the way we breathe, is to tune into this oneness to generate more information, right? And to tap into the psionic field of the planet itself. So just for example, if you just change the way you think, you do not think in words, you will experience shift in your vision with your closed eyes. There will be images that will appear, and if you remain in that state of no words and just staring into the mental screen, it will shift more and more until you will penetrate a state of consciousness where your pineal gland actually will start to pick up the radiation from the etheric astral field, if you will, right, and able to generate some good quality information, if you will. So then we need to learn how to create Merkaba in our auric field with the purpose that we transfer our consciousness into our light body, where the vibration is higher and the energy far more powerful. So Merkaba, as you can see, Merkaba again. So the Merkaba actually, or so-called star tetrahedron, consists